Good morning, children. In last class, we saw an introduction to chemistry and its applications. Today, we are going to discuss about acids and bases. Before getting into the topic, first, what is a solution? A solution is a mixture of two or more substances. Have you ever prepared a lemon juice of your own? What are the ingredients you take or consider to prepare a lemon juice? Lemon, sugar, and water. When you mix all these three things, you get your lemon juice. So, when you mix two or more substances and if you get the end product in the liquid state, it is your solution. So, let us consider an example sugar water. How do I prepare a sugar water? I will take sugar and I will take a bowl of water. When I mix both the things and if I stir it well, the sugar will dissolve in the water and it becomes as a sugar water. That is what I'm coming to tell is when you mix two or more substances, it becomes a solution. That is solute plus solvent is equal to solution. What is a solute and solvent? Let us consider the example of sugar water itself. So in order to get a sugar solution, you have mixed sugar plus water. The sugar is the substance which gets dissolved in the water. So, sugar will be my solute. The substances which is going to be mixed well is your solute. And the liquid in which the sugar got mixed, the liquid which I used for the sugar solution is water. So, the water will be my solvent. So, always for a solution, you need a solute as well as a solvent. Solute means the substance which I mix. Solvent means the liquid in which I mix the substance. Okay, children? Yes. Next, there are three types of solutions as acidic, basic, and neutral. There are three types of solutions like this. Okay, now you're entering a chemistry lab. There are so many solutions present in it. Some may be acidic, some may be basic, or some may be neutral also. How do I find out whether the given solution to me is an acid or base? For that, we need to know about an important parameter in chemistry, that is your pH. Okay, when I mean it as a solution, it means that the substance present is in its liquid state. For a solution to be prepared, I need water as a major item over there. Okay, what is the chemical formula of water, children? In chemistry, we call water as H2O. As I told you previously, that all the substances are made up of matter. In chemistry, specially, we are going to deal with the elements making up the substance or in which the object is made up of. Like human body also contains elements like carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, then calcium. All these are the elements which are all the building blocks of a body. So similarly, for any object to be made up of, there should be definitely some elements involved. Like that way, water is made up of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. We call that water in chemically as H2O. Okay. In a solution, definitely water will be present. So can I tell that the water molecules, that is H2O, will be present in it? Yes. So in all the solutions, H2O will be present. Now let us see the first image. This is your water molecule bonding. Can you see two red dots here? That represents your hydrogen atoms. I mean the hydrogen element. 2H2O, that is your formula for water. Two molecules of hydrogen is present in the bonding, and one O is only there, that is one oxygen element is present. So I have represented the oxygen atom in blue dots. So this is how my water molecule bonding will be present as. Okay, this is clearly seen in the next image. Can you see two red balls of hydrogen and one ball of oxygen? This is what the H2O bonding will look like. Okay. The next thing is I am going to split up my water molecule, that is H2O, as one hydrogen molecule and the remaining OH. See the image, children. I have separated this water molecule H2O into two different parts as one hydrogen and the remaining OH separately. Okay, so when I mix these two, I will get as water, and if I wanted to separate also, I will get as separate hydrogen ion and the remaining OH. I give the remaining OH a name called as hydroxide. Okay. In this image, if you see the red ball, that is your hydrogen, carries the positive sign. It means that always hydrogens are positive. In the next remaining OH bonding, that is OH means hydroxide. The hydroxide bonding, O represents the negative. The blue ball carries the minus. Minus means negative. The negative sign is present in the oxygen ball. So that is why my hydroxide ion will be negative. All the humans will have both the positive and the negative things. As you know that a coin will have two heads, I mean the two sides, heads and tail. There is, whenever there is a positive, there is also a negative energy. So in your water molecule H2O, there is one positive hydrogen ion and one negative hydroxide ion. Okay. So I need to balance this, both positive and negative, to have my water as a liquid. If I have excess of positive also, I will be affected. If I have excess of negative also, I will be affected. Similar way, for a water molecule, there should be an equal balance. So did you get to understand that in a solution, water will be definitely present, and in the water there are two ions present, positive hydrogen and negative hydroxide. With these two positive and negative ions only, we are going to determine whether a solution is acidic or basic. Did you get an idea, children? What are we dealing now? So this pH is a parameter which deals mainly with the hydrogen ion, that is the H plus ion concentration present in the water. Okay, children? So this pH is actually a scale, like your meter scale. It has numerical values from 0 to 14. Okay, this numerical pH scale will help me to identify whether the solution will be acidic or basic or neutral, with responding or reacting or considering the hydrogen ion concentration present in the substance. You can understand it better in the next slide. Okay, children, this is your pH scale. That is, it is a scale of 0 to 14. In this scale, I am going to separate it into two equal halves. How do you separate into two equal halves? I divide the 14 into two equal halves as 0 to 7 and then from 7 upwards to 14. Okay, can you see the substances here like gastric juice, lemon juice, orange juice, apple juice, tomato, milk, pure water, drinking water, detergents, bleach, seawater. All these are the substances which we come across in our daily life. So, these substances also are having water content in it. Do you agree with me, children? Yes, apple juice. When you prepare apple juice, definitely you have to mix with water. Seawater, another form of water. Detergent, you have to mix it with water for cleaning your clothes. Bleach powder, everything is a form of water. So when I mean it as water, it has two molecules of hydrogen and oxygen. So can you understand where am I linking now? H plus ions and OH ions are discussed here. But for my pH scale, I will be considering the H plus ion concentrations only. Okay. Now, whenever the pH scale is less than 7, it is 0 to 7 for any substance, if I find out the pH value and if I come to know that it is less than 7, then the solution will be acidic. When I find out the pH value for the substances is greater than 7, that is from 7 upwards, from 7 to 14, it is my basic solution. Okay, ma'am. What is that center part called as neutral solution? What do you mean by that, ma'am? It means that the neutral means equal. That is neither acidic nor basic. It is your pure water having a pH of 7. So, whenever the pH is equal to 7, it is your pure water. You cannot drink the pure water directly because all the drinking water we are using it nowadays is not of 100% pure. There is some differences compared to your drinking water. What is the difference, ma'am? We need some essential nutrients and minerals for the healthy benefit of human body from the water we drink. If there is no salts and minerals present in the water, and what is the use of we drinking it? So, in your pure water, it means there is no content of minerals or nutrients, salts present in it. That is why there are two classifications as pure water and drinking water. Understood, children? Okay. From this chart, did you get to know that your lemon juices, orange juices are acidic in nature? And the detergents, the soap which you use are bases. And the pure water is neither acidic nor base and it is just neutral solution. So now look at the image and try answering my questions. Your drinking water is acidic or basic? It is a base. The blood which flows in the human body is acidic or base? The detergents or the soap which we use is acidic or base? Tomato is acidic or base? Urine is acidic or base? Did you get an a clear idea, children? If you have any doubt, please call me. I will explain you. Next. Okay, ma'am. Now you were telling me about acidic, basic, neutral. But what is meant by acid first of all? What is meant by base first of all? Let us see that now. Okay. In order to know whether the solution is acid or base, I am using pH scale. The pH value is represented in numerical values like 0 to 14. The other way, how can we find out the solution is acidic or basic means by using pH indicators. Indicators means they are also substances or materials which will help us in detecting the solution as acid or base by showing some changes in color. Okay, now do you just try out this as an experiment in your home now. Take out a soap, the soap which you use for your body wash or cleaning vessels or any kind of soap. You take it and put some turmeric on over it, and then wash the turmeric. What happens to the surface of the soap? Does it show some changes in its color on the layer where you applied turmeric? The yellow color of the turmeric powder was changed into red color. Isn't it, children? It is because turmeric powder is actually an indicator. It will help me to detect whether a solution is acid or base. It is a natural indicator of solutions. It shows some changes in its color, that is from yellow to red, especially whenever you add it with a base solution. Your soaps are base in nature. Yes, no, children? Because of its pH? Because of its pH is equal to 8, greater than 7. So the pH greater than 7 means bases. So soaps are bases in nature. That is why when you added turmeric powder to the soap, it showed some changes. Okay, children. The next indicator which we are going to deal it and we are using in our chemistry lab also is your litmus paper. Litmus paper is also a natural indicator which is obtained from lichens, which is naturally originated, and it comes in two colors as red and blue color papers. This is your litmus paper. I will take you all to the lab once the school reopens and I will help you to understand this with a better understanding. This is your red litmus paper and this is your blue litmus paper. Okay, so now whenever you add a drop of base, it has changed into blue color. In this thing, can you identify it that a red litmus paper is changed into blue color? And in a blue litmus paper with a drop of a basic solution, it has changed its color. It has changed into red color. So a blue litmus paper and red litmus paper will show some changes in its color to identify the given solution. Okay. A red litmus paper will turn blue in case of a base and it will stay red in case of an acid or neutral solution. When I mean it as neutral solution, there are no other, it is none other than my pure water. Okay. A blue litmus paper will turn red in case of an acid or it will remain the same in case of a blue. This thing you have to keep in your mind because only then it will help you to identify the solution as acid or base. Always keep in your mind that The red litmus will change as blue in case of a base, and in case of an acid it will remain as red itself. In case of a blue litmus paper, when you add a base, it changes its color into red. Whereas if you add an acid to it, it will remain in the same blue color. Yes, now let us see what is an acid and what is a base. Acids means they are also solutions. Yes or no, children? It is a type of solution. So, solution means indirectly water is linked. Indirectly, can I say that the molecules of water, that is my H plus ion and OH ions, are linked in a solution? So, in an acid, there will be an increasing amount of hydrogen ions and less amount of OH ion. This will be increasing and OH ions will be decreasing. So, apart from the natural indicators like your litmus paper and turmeric powder, I can also identify the given solution as acid or base by considering the H plus ion hydrogen ions and OH ion hydroxide ions. If in a solution, if there is more of hydrogen ions, it will be my acid. Some common acids are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, ethanoic acid. Also, we saw in the pH scale what are the acidic substances. HCl is nothing but your hydrochloric acid. Gastric juice, lemon juice, vinegar, beverage, orange, apple juice, tomato, coffee, soil, bread, potato, urine, milk. They are also acidic substances. But they are, it doesn't mean that when you eat a potato it is an acid I shouldn't eat. We are having the acids also as strong acids and weak acids. Strong acids are will cause damages to the human, whereas the weak acids like your lemon juices, milk, bread, potato are essential for our body because our body needs some nutrients from these acidic substances also. There is nothing wrong in eating it. But in chemistry, we do analysis in much deeper and depth. So that is why we are considering those substances also. Okay, where is hydrochloric acid used? I told you already, it is in your stomach as gastric juices. Sulfuric acid is used in car batteries and nitric acid in fertilizers. I hope you know what is meant by fertilizers, children. That is the substance which is added to the growth of crop and for the better development of the crop. Ethanoic acid is found in vinegar. We also called it as acetic acid. Ethanoic is also called as acetic acid. Okay, children. So, did you understand now what is meant by acid? Whenever a solution is having more of H plus or hydrogen ions in it, then it becomes an acid. Examples we saw as HCl acid in stomach, gastric juices, citric acid, car batteries, sulfuric acid, fertilizer, nitric acid, milk, bread, potato, everything are some acidic substances. Okay, what are the properties of an acid? So, we cannot touch an acid and see it because strong acids will be very damageful, whereas weak acids we are eating it, potato, milk and all, we are using it. We cannot touch the acids as directly. So we have to either identify using the indicators or some weak acids also we can taste it and see. So basically acids will have sour taste and it will conduct electricity. Potato conducts electricity. Yes or no, children? Yes. So it is proved that acids conduct electricity and acids will turn blue litmus paper red, that we saw before itself, and the pH value will be less than 7. That also we discussed it with the pH scale chart. Next, bases. Bases are used in your window cleaner solutions, floor cleaner detergents, and baking soda. And the other substances which are all basic we saw in the pH scale, that is your drinking water itself is a base. Blood is base. Detergents, seawater, milk of magnesia are all chemicals. Ammonia, bleach and NaOH lye. These are all the basic substances. Okay. In acids, you told me that you can question me now. Ma'am, in acids you told that it is the increased concentration of hydrogen ions. So, you mean that bases means increased hydroxide ions? Yes. Obviously, you will have an increased hydroxide ion concentration in your bases. Okay. Did you understand, children, what is a base? Now, you have a acid and a base. This is also another important one. When you mix up a solute plus solvent, you get a solution. Now, I am going to mix an acidic solution also with the basic solution. Ma'am, how will that happen? What is the reaction will be? This is of different nature and the bases are of different nature. How can I mix both the things? Yes, you can mix both the things and in the end you will get back your salt water. Salt plus water. When you mix up an acid and base, you will end up in your salt and water. There is nothing wrong in mixing both the solutions. Okay, children? Okay. Yeah, these are some common bases like your sodium oxide, zinc oxide, magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide solutions which are present in your chemistry lab. I will take you all to your chemistry lab and explain it. Okay. Bases are again classified as soluble and insoluble. What do you mean by soluble and insoluble, ma'am? Soluble means bases are solution. Do you agree with me, children? Yes, this is a type of solution, bases. Again, soluble solutions means the solutions which mixes well with water. Mix well with water. Example, sugar solution. When you mix sugar with water and stir it well, the sugar disappears. But I could find out the sugar only in my taste. Yes or no, children? So, the solutions which mixes well with water is my soluble solution. The solutions which do not mix well. Example is your chalk powder. When you mix chalk powder with water, does it mixes well like your sugar solution? No, it does not mix well. That's a kind of solutions are called as insoluble solutions. Again, you have classification in your bases as alkalis and metals, oxide and hydroxides. I'm not going to go deep into that. That you can learn in your higher grades. Yes, this is a chart will explain you linking your acid solutions, basic solutions, neutral solutions and your pH. Keenly observe the chart, children. Here you are comparing the H plus ion and the OH ion along with your pH. So, for a acidic solution, as I told you before, there will be an increased concentration of hydrogen ions. There will be an increased concentration of hydrogen ions and decreased concentration of OH ions. Yes, the next is basic solution. What did I tell you for a basic solution? It will have more of OH ions, and obviously when the concentration of OH ions is high, then the hydrogen ions should be less in content. Okay. For a neutral solution, the example for neutral solution will be your pure water. In a pure water, there are two ions H plus and OH minus. I told you that they should be in balance because both positive and negative should be equalized. They should be neutralized. Only then we can use the water for drinking. If either of the ion, either hydrogen or hydroxide is high enough, then it will not be a solution which we can use for drinking. It will be an acid or a base. Did you understand that, children? So, for a neutral solution, both my hydrogen and hydroxide ions will be of equal in nature. Okay, coming back to your pH. For an acidic solution, pH is less than 7. So, if the pH is from 0 to 7, it is my acidic solution. pH is equal to 3, then it is my acidic solution. pH is equal to 5.5, then it is my acidic solution. pH is equal to 6.3, it is also an acidic solution. For a basic solution, pH should be greater than 7. That is from 7 to 14. 7 upwards, like 7.1 I can tell. 7.1 to 14. pH is equal to 8. It is a base. pH is equal to 11. It is a base. pH is equal to 13. It is also a base. But what if my pH is exactly equal to 7? That becomes my neutral solution, nothing but the pure water. Okay, children, I hope you got an idea regarding the acids and bases and how are we finding out the given solution as acidic or basic. There are so many methods, that is either using indicators or using the pH scale or by calculating the concentration of H plus and OH minus ions in the solution. Okay, children. Regarding today's homework, I have given you some real case situations. That is, what happens when you add turmeric to a soap. You can either give your own reasons from the concept which I have taught you, or you can watch the video again and understand it better, or if you have any doubt you can call me and ask, and or you can even try it out in your home and then give me the answer. Such kind of questions only I have given you, so you better try it and then answer it. If you have any doubt, you can call me, children. Thank you. See you in the next class.